Come over here by these ladies.
What are we doing?
Those minutes before a flight
I'm just looking at the bird. It's easier than putting a car on the freeway with other cars.
always seem to bring out the emotions.
I've been up in them.
Bill Willis has felt them all before.
I guess that's what they're talking about.
Today, the feelings were just a little different.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It wasn't the unfamiliar hangar or old age.
Sad part of growing old is you lose all your friends and relatives.
Turning 98 soon was a given.
You ready to go get in that Stearman?
Oh, I'm ready for most anything.
Willis
Nope.
Flip it over back.
I'm
too heavy,
It's
huh?
a little heavy.
had been carrying some extra weight lately.
Yes, I need the help. I got it.
I got you and it. Yep.
Want to open the door here?
Loading into this plane
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
could only help to bring the memories back.
You know what to do with that helmet.
Okay, got it.
Heading to a higher altitude couldn't hurt.
He looked pretty natural in there with the helmet and everything on.
This moment was more than 70 years in the making.
I like a good plane where I can do aerobatics. It's been a few years since I've done it, but I think my feet and my arms still know how.
What kind of a plane were you in?
That was a 38.
Okay.
It began during World War II when Willis was a pilot in the 55th Fighter Group.
That's what I wanted. I can't remember ever being scared. Our primary job was escorting bombers.
The Germans never shot him down. It was Julia who blew him away.
Grandma likes him when he's in his uniform.
She was my wife for 73 years. I enjoyed the whole thing.
Everything, though, has to come to an end sometime.
In April, she got a blood clot in the brain, and she lasted week and a half, I guess. And that was it.
Even a fighter pilot
And
couldn't pull himself out of that tailspin.
it's going to be hard for me to go back to the house.
Losing the love of his life left him a wreck.
All I say is she's a wonderful lady. And I miss her. I have flown the same type of airplane that I was up in, with her up front and I was in back.
This day was about learning to fly again.
I like to think she was sitting there with me.
I think she was, probably, Grandpa.
It's what Julia would have wanted.
Every day he reports to her. I wish she was here in person. I know she's here in spirit, but I wish she was with us. I know she'd be very proud. It's emotional. You know, your time is limited, so it's emotional. I wish my grandma was here to watch him.
Landing back in reality doesn't seem quite as rough.
I'm glad he's on the ground. I'm sure he had a great time.
After flying one last mission for the heart.
Pretty amazing day. I think my grandma had a lot to do with it.
I know which way to recover.
There you go. How'd I do?
You did great.
I'm happy having him up there, watching him up there doing what he's talked about doing for so long, and just being where he's happy.
A flight can take one almost anywhere.
So, what do we do now? Back in my day, they'd go to the bar and get a beer.
Going back
I want to see my pilot.
may be impossible,
But thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
but getting a little closer to a lifetime love
She was 95.
is worth all the anxious minutes in the world.
You ready, Gramps?
I think so.
Okay. This obviously is a dream come true for him and all of us.
It was a good day.
Andrew Adams, KSL 5 News.
You did a good job.